There are
无限下去，然后顺路截止布舍尔的继任务，然后
rumors of abductions in the West End at night. That can't be true.
去之前，我想先消耗一下经验值，还有上到。
There are rumors of abductions in the West End at night. That can't be true.
上一次最后计划，小到在父亲信件谜题任务之后，把他父亲这个金色款要在交到自己父亲。
Miss Reed worries me, Mr. Jonathan. She sometimes sneaks out alone and can't find her way home. Yes, Mr. Jonathan?
回来刚好发现有这个选项，所以就试试在过去还不应该敲到自己父亲保护你的，就是现在静静的那个狗，或许他不介意收下这个。
Avery, I finally deciphered my father's puzzle. Among other things, I found his watch. I'd really like you to have it.
I can't accept this gift, sir.
Yes, you can, Avery. You deserve it.
I thank you, sir. I'll keep it until the day I die.
不知道还有什么其他印象？这是他赢的，就先交他在。
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch over my mother until I return.
Of course, Mr. Jonathan. But please return as soon as possible. 开始写我自己的真的能量太少了，在笔记上几个是，其实我看不太懂就是这个。 消耗增加，去时间减少，可以公式。看这个什么意思？然后看这个值。 抓他们这这些东西，再下去还有，再下去是钱，多了，是一些。 这个。 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 这个。
safe place right now, sir.
See how he plays? Almost like
Grenade! He's dead.
I will return later. I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
Open Sesame。那应该会是需要调查影片的位置。线调查到目前西区这个叫做托斯的语言源感染了西区的2个家庭。 位置上所有的内容，字体上这么多怒气冲天、愤怒、唾弃抱怨着逝去的美貌，就见人被感染。但到了目前，还是打算感染剧院的所有人，让日本的所有人在下一次演出日子9月中，这次所有剧院员工都会成为人间强化邪恶力，却找到一种不同的食物果水。这种善恶是星期一。因为自从善恶的亲戚成了主人之后，就都开始生命的转变。希望看到这封信的人知道自杀这个道理就已经成为一件体的地方，愿善恶没有无法的小命，不愿就善恶行动。讲到散播着疾病的吸血鬼品种，在之前见到的文章里面看到异魔的，好像说非常稀少，不过或许这次的流行语的元凶就是这种品种。可以跳动现在，为什么变成这样？
Woe to you, nations of hypocrites! For in front of you stands the tall queen. You can but lower your head, fit only to smirk at her soiled feet.
Can that be Doris Fletcher's voice? Where does it come from?
或许是那边。好紧张，啊！就把那些手指在我面前。这些应该是表演学校的剧。Those poor bastards。我进去。好像没什么关系，所以绕一下吧，可以自己能走到。这个东西可以接线索。在他按下过的时候，才认出看出眼中像那像尸体两侧的母亲。最糟的是看到他如此痛苦没死的就。最糟的是立刻想起以前听他说的日子。最糟的是在他看我的时候，在他眼中看到心中受相同的恨，直到最后我也无法逃脱成完我母亲是一样的。医院里的生病的老女人，不是吧？
been raised through hate,
就是你啊，
but I offer only love.
还有感染病。好吧，这边看起来就是先修一下。哎，等一下，等一下，那个 boss 拿哦，下面是 boss 战场兵，这样子。
Alas, poor Doris. I knew her well.
跳下去。Never. The man who was dead. With Doris Fletcher, Archer, Noel, and Simon Hughes. March.
I have this thirst for blood. It's locked.
For in front of you stands the tall queen.
Yeah.
You can but lower your head, fit only to smirk at her soiled feet.
还好没有突然一跳进 boss 战，OK， 没关系。
Alas, poor Doris.
这样好像也是这样，下面有纸。OK， 应该。 好，在里面爆炸。应该就是可以打开从这出去解锁从这。Open。 还是听说最近地面冷啊，就在地铁里面就遇到。
Return at a more convenient time.
什么意思？乔纳森刚才说我会在更快变的时候，现在不就得进来这个臭剧院吗？嘘，
It's locked, all right.
所以，需要怎么做？然后要什么出现？看起来
I cannot enter.
这样说，拿着边边的东西。哎哦，
Who are you? You who dared enter my realm. Are you here to worship or mock me?
Fuck you！
I'm here to put an end to the vampire epidemic, Miss Fletcher.
Ah. But Doris Fletcher is no more. She was consumed by this putrid flesh that now enshrouds her.
You feel anger for what happened to you. But I can help you. I'm a doctor, Miss Fletcher.
Doris Fletcher is no more. All that remains are the dreams of the queen she was, and the queen she'll be. Until then, all shall die, for that was her final wish. You killed my children, my beloved. Die for the love of me. Touché, sir. Your hand is shaking. I summon thee, my children of the night. I smell your fear. You're on guard. Touché, sir. I smell your fear. Hear and obey, for your queen commands you. Behold, Kinslayer, the disgrace of she-wolves, once renowned. Will she be the queen again once they all share her fate? Woe unto thee, son of Babylon!
shit！ 恶心加 gross。或许有某些装备到的体力，或许慌张的乱闪浪费体力。
This is despicable.
第一阶段没有，就现在第一阶段的第一期。
You killed my father! Prepare, I smell your fear! Ha ha ha! Touché, sir! Your hand is shaking. On guard. I summon thee, my children of the night. Bite, maim, spit, kill! Woe unto thee, son of Babylon! Touché, sir. kinslayer, the disgrace of she-cruelty was once renowned. Will she be the queen again once they all share her fate? Your blood will be mine! My children, my beloved, die for the love of me! My blade shall pierce your villainous heart, dark. I smell your fear. Hear and obey, for your queen commands you. Attack! Woe unto thee, son of Babylon! Arise and save your queen, my slaves! Wait. I beg you, wait.
What?
I don't want to die.
And I did not come to kill you, Miss Fletcher.
Will you spare me then? Save this cadaverous carcass of mine. Does your heart beat a little faster now? You fancy me then, Doctor?
No, Miss Fletcher. My dead heart will beat for only one.
Ah! Is she pretty? Is she sweet and tender?
To me, yes.
Ah! I hate her already.
I know. And this is partly why you must be destroyed.
But you just said...
That I did not come here to kill you, yes. But I realize now the threat you embody must be stopped.
Will I be remembered? Will you?
You were Doris Fletcher, the greatest actress of her generation. No one can take that from you.
Thank you. And farewell. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Farewell, Doris.
Bravo! So dramatic. I love it.
McCullum!
How strange I seem to find you whenever I'm inquiring about that Skal infestation.
I mean you no harm.
I'm not here for you. But once I've put all the pieces of the puzzle together, I'm sure we'll have a little chat, you and me.
Stay away from me, McCullum. You and all your war dogs.
That I can't guarantee, Dr. Reed. But I'll let you go. For now.
I should probably leave the theater right now. The West End should be safe now. But London is not. It would be wise to benefit from the Ascalon's protection while I continue my research during the Great Hunt.
哦，我还没找到，上到这里，看起来好像是在街。
Everyone shall prevent.
如今的多利森布莱彻的日记，这1982年10月第4日，快要整中都在排练就要结束了，我的仆从都围在我身旁，准备听从我的道。很快，我的观众就有了。为了准备为我的艺术而鼓掌，年轻的、优雅的、健康的观众，他们回到各自的家里，漂亮的房子，快乐的人生，以我的表演而感到。 因我的掩饰而惊讶，因我的美丽而动容，只有感染性规则像病毒一样传播，一个又一个，他们都会转变，然后再次成为热烈。因为我会原谅，因为我会为命运在我身上留下的肮脏手段复仇。快找得到东西了，看起来让人也阅读出去了。 好像也不是对空间的意义。
Return at a more convenient time. These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
No，
It's locked, all right.
现在没有钱了。
So Doris just needed to be close to her audience to infect them. Contagion through skin.
Don't come closer!
Very disturbing.
Easy does it, boys!
We can deal with this vermin.
Vampire!
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
It's locked.
真是，算了，去。从这边穿过去，这样。算了。
Good evening, Miss Teasdale. How have you been since you returned home?
Dr. Reed. Oh, thank God you returned safely from these awful streets. I was so worried about my father that I left without thanking you properly.
Please don't mention it, miss.
Good. I found him, you know. My dad. Or what was left of him. I think my abductor intended to do the same thing to me.
没有，他只是个死猪。先回去。
Do you need my medical attention, miss?
I don't need your help specifically. I can assure you there are many competent doctors around.
你是说不是？
I have no doubt about it, but I'm offering you my help anyway.
All right then. But please leave me alone for now.
What do you do for a living, Miss Teasdale?
Before my kidnapping, I was a waitress in a pub. Now I'm unemployed.
Were you fired?
No, it's just that after my recent experience, I don't feel like I can go back to my normal life. I need to do something useful.
Oh no.
What do you intend to do?
Dad always told me, Louise, if you want something, don't stop until you have it. I did my research and I found it. Ichabod Throgmorton, professional vampire hunter. I'll be his apprentice.
或者是 Oh no， 而且还是比较笨的那种。Oh Jesus Christ。
Be very careful, Miss Teasdale. You are lucky to escape death once, but vampires lurk everywhere.
You killed my kidnapper by yourself, didn't you? No offense, Doctor, but you're just a doctor. I don't see why I couldn't do the same.
对啊，我肯定完全就是一个普通医生。哎，虽然这么说，接下来是不谢谢，是不是？也是，不是。
What can you tell me about this area?
I've never really liked this part of town. It was where my father wanted to live. I won't remain here much longer.
What exactly don't you like about it?
People here are contemptuous and elitist. My dad always said, Louise, always treat people like you want them to treat you.
You seem to cherish your father a great deal.
Dad was the best. He kept an eye on me, but let me make my own mistakes. Louise, he used to say, mistakes are the best teacher. You would have liked him.
I'm sorry you didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye.
That's all right. He's buried in consecrated ground now. Nothing bad can happen to him.
Louise, tell me what you really think about your father's sacrifice to save you.
I'm proud he went after me. I forgive him all his harsh words, all his bloody attitudes. I only wish I could tell him how much I loved him.
Yes. It can be traumatic not having the chance to say goodbye to those we love.
Yes, Doctor. And there's no treatment for that type of pain, isn't that right? That may be the last thing my father taught me.
I don't know, maybe necromancy.
Louise, what can you tell me about the vampire who captured you?
The little fucker claimed he'd fallen in love with me. That he wanted to spend eternity with me. Not a bad idea. At least that's the way it seemed at first.
Really? Did you consider accepting his proposal?
Well, immortality. Not a common wedding gift, is it? I think he just wanted to have his way with me. Can vampires even fuck, Doctor?
What? Well, I really can't answer that. Well, since they are creatures of blood, physically speaking, I suppose an erection is possible, but
Don't be embarrassed, Dr. Reed. I was just asking.
Awkward.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful. Until we meet again.
These leaflets were telling the truth all along. But nobody takes them seriously.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Good evening,
I won't.
You... Hello, Venus.
I remember when Mary came here with her husband and... What do you...
Did Clarence recently show you documents that prove the existence of vampires?
Yes, he did. And he also told me you spent a few nights gathering research for him. Seriously, Jonathan. Why feed his obsession like that?
He's my friend. I thought it might help him rest, instead of going outside at night. Tell me, what are your thoughts about vampires?
Gibberish and poppycock. Dracula was a good book, but these documents were just mumbo-jumbo. I burnt them all as soon as Clarence went outside again.
Goodbye for now.
At least you survived the Great War.
哎，所以港区的那个呆瓜过去，他在哪？哦，好像一定要去附近，我去看一下。世界上的家。那战斗音乐收起来，这下我们也能看起来。是的，一起一起。出谁？哦。哎呦，对，三角吗？送了。
I hope they'll...
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr.
Are you worried?
It seems the guard of...
Really?
The guard can be...
Goodbye.
So much noise. A vampire killed is enough to silence.
Women die too in this war.
There's one of them! Watch yourselves! Murdering bastard!
seems fine. Dr. Reed.
What are you investigating?
Well,
I was lucky enough to find them both while conducting my investigation in this part of town.
why do I still have the feeling that you're hiding something? What about the abductor? Was it the same person?
I don't think so. You had better interview Miss Teasdale and Mr. Kimura on that matter. All I did was to lead them safely home. What are you investigating, exactly?
Well, my 2 missing persons cases have been...
I was lucky enough...
What?
I don't... Goodbye.
Goodbye, Doc...
What you
He's looking us for telling the truth all along. But nobody takes him seriously.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
She's been quite...
So it must be in your house. Leave the city.
Best be on your way home. Watch out, boys! Get them weapons ready! Bloody monster! This one's mine! I hate leeches! He's dead!
Oh shit.
Miss, please,
Oh, you eat shit. Piece of shit.哦，不行，拆个东西还有拆个东西，什么？变东西变东西。哦，这个。哦，那它掉了一把去打紫色的附加效果提升上的这种效果，重新这种性，素材也是这些种。不过暂时我用最佳价值这些。变长了吗？哎，这样这是希望。
What news, Jonathan? I've heard you've now joined the vampire elite of London.
Did Elizabeth tell you?
So it's Elizabeth now. My. Things are moving quickly. I turn my back for a moment and away you go.
Have you seen Lady Ashbury recently?
Yes, she popped in yesterday. Told me about your new friends in the West End.
Just a courtesy visit, then?
Yes. And no. She was en route to the docks, I think, following a lead concerning your maker.
How's the situation at the Pembroke?
We're still holding out. Question is, for how long? What we really need is hope, Jonathan. Hope for a better tomorrow.
Weed and cocaine, maybe.
I may have found the source of the contagion. Doris Fletcher, the actress. Thankfully, in the end, she was destroyed by fire.
Really? Oh, please, do tell me more.
Doris was a heavily mutated skull. Almost a new breed entirely. It's as if the disease had completely altered her mind and body. Highly contagious.
As if the disease had taken control of her will?
Yes. Once a beautiful and brilliant woman, she became motivated by hate alone.
Oh, she was a beauty. I met her when she visited the hospital to cheer up the sick. Too bad the fire destroyed her. But it was probably for the best.
Have you heard of similar cases?
No, I don't think so. Except, perhaps, it reminds me of an old report from the Brotherhood. Well, more an article, really.
What was it about?
The author, a friar, referred to a rare form of contagion in a skull he observed during the Black Death. The carrier was always female. They called them Icors.
I'll come back later. Thank you, Edgar.
Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Miss, please,
Hey, Doc.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
I'll leave you now. Pack.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Nobody takes them seriously.
Bastards.
Equality between men.
For as long as I've been a member, I've never seen so few vampires attending the club nights.
I must admit the Guard of Prewen impressed me. They must have spent years preparing my climb.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report. We'll talk later, Jonathan.
I know we're facing a crisis, but I'm shocked no one took the time to clean up the mess inside the club since we were attacked.
I personally went patrolling last night at the West End, and I spotted it.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Have a drink and enjoy this night, for it could be our last.
We shall chase these intruders
Welcome
down.
back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please, tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
Picky little shit.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die, and he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
准备很强，不代表没有意外的发生。
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then?
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Understand it.
Goodbye.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
What? 越来越搞不清楚这些东西的反应。
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
可是这会让我开始思考关系决裂吧。一开始是你建议将我加入阿斯，现在又这样的，你打算后续要怎么做？
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
我确定我这些讲话的人是所有俱乐部都可以听到。报道里面专业的东西，或许一些搞成这些就去。
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him. I cannot enter.
more questions, Dr. Reed.
Have you found the...
There is too...
Get to know us.
For how long? Where did you...
We claim...
Thank you, old...
Nobody takes them seriously.
Towards the equality between men and women. Women of all countries unite.
It's locked.
Watch out, boys! Watch out! It's fast!
Watch yourselves! There's one of them!
whether you need to buy something or not. I am... Good evening, Doctor...
Oh no.
So, did you try the restaurant I recommended?
Oh, yes, I can't thank you enough, my dear doctor. Exquisite, but expensive. But what is money made for, if not for little pleasures?
干嘛这么讲？不是得先介绍一下。这个询价是怎么回事啊？
I'm glad you enjoyed the place.
I do, Doctor, I do. Thank you again.
What the shit?
Calhoun, tell me about your relationship with Doris Fletcher.
Oh, Doris. Cold fire and burning ice trapped in a perfect body. Our passion was as intense as it was brief. What an actress.
How did you meet her?
On a boat to France before the war. She was thinking about a career in Paris, and I was eager to try French gastronomy. We both returned disappointed.
I expect you've seen her on stage, too.
She really is the best actress of her generation. Such frailty and such strength at the same time. I hope she'll play again soon. She's been away for too long.
You sound surprisingly sad. Have you regrets?
I think of her as a divine dish. I'm glad I was able to taste it, but I regret I could only get a bite of her mystery.
You really loved her, then?
She fascinated me, Dr. Reed. I can't imagine what she must have endured through her life to reach such a level of emotion and sensibility.
家暴。
Do you know anything about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
He used to be a big spender. One day, he sent 3 houseboys to buy all the beluga in my shop. For his brother's birthday, if I remember correctly.
I see. Anything else? Less gastronomic, perhaps?
I really can't say. The man is filthy rich. But you know that, of course.
I may have a look at... Good evening.
And good...
What do you know about Aloysius Dawson?
That man is a tyrant. The embodiment of greed and selfishness. All I despise about this country.
Yeah, white male. Yeah.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give...
She's been...
Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you know anything about a man called Aloysius Dawson, by any chance?
Well, I've never met the man personally, but I invested money in some of his companies when I came to London. A brilliant businessman.
Goodbye, Mr. Camon. Good evening, old.
I won't.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Well, I've discovered he's quite versed in occult knowledge. So I wrote him a letter asking him to finance my research about vampires. He never responded.
You need some rest. Good evening, Miss Teasdale.
Can I help you, Doc?
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Never heard of him.
Really? He's very well known in London. Throughout the country, even.
He a big shot or something? Never interested in politics myself. All words and no action.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale.
Why can't I forgive you, Father?
Remember, don't let any strangers come into your house.
If you wish to stay tonight, your room is ready, Mr. Jonathan. Yes, Miss...
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Not much, sir. Mr. Dawson's house used to be a good house, with many servants. I heard he fired them all recently.
Goodbye, Avery. Please watch it.
Of course.
Hello again.
Jonathan!
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
They're all around you, waiting for you to let your guard down.
Nothing to connect me to the city anymore.
I'm so sorry. What do you...
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I never met the man. I know Clarence tried to contact him recently, but I don't know why.
Goodbye for now.
You cannot... Rats.
I need to find information about Aloysius Dawson. What can you tell me about him?
Don't trust him. He's looking for the same thing I was. Rats? No, not rats. Something else. I don't remember.
I must go now.
Understand.
These leaflets were telling the truth all along. But nobody takes them seriously.
Dr. Reed.
What are you...
Well,
I was lucky.
Why do
I don't think... Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. With just one phone call.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Good evening, Miss...
You know you can call...
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
Goodbye for now.
Dr. Reed, I am
Get out! Get out!
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker. Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of déjà vu when I talk to you?
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
What has happened to the London that I knew?
It's gone. It's gone.
Again. What are the Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Oh yeah!
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Here is the money.
Love. Pure and unseen, untold. The two hearts love each other without knowing it, without daring to admit it.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money...
Here is the money.
The mother, a suffering soul, ashamed of her silence, terrified to raise her voice, a son to be killed.
Can you read the...
Put the money...
Here is the...
The mother.
Can you read the...
Put the money...
Here.
The mother.
Goodbye, sir.
I rarely want... Red River, a song in the dark. The whispers of a sun. So many signs.
He's mine! I'll take him! Stop! Please, sir. Can't let you through.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains. Am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
哎呦，老右边有这个什么东西吧？哦，hungry。对约翰·弗朗西斯·斯派洛的处决，21岁的约翰·弗朗西斯·斯派洛今早被绞死在了顿维尔监狱。斯帕罗先生，凡你同意下方，被谋杀的被亚历山大·斯派洛被处死刑，直到你死前是你自己的。没有任何正式的证据表明犯罪现场出现死刑尽管事先的调查有许多问题，但苏格兰场拒绝重新设立这个以斯派洛小组，小姐的死亡为极具难解。苏格兰场当中的查尔斯·豪尔布他拒绝为劳动多年，但3周前他在没有得到任何官方解释的情况下被降职，这是向他传递所讲的机构的克莱顿塔那个在白教堂的记者先生，然后这边说被降职的就是外面的那位警官。
Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment.
所以我猜真凶是这个道森先生，是不是？
It's locked, all right.
Dr. Reed.
What are you...
Well,
I was lucky.
Why do
I don't think so.
Is it true you were dropped in rank? Tell me about it.
Yes, it is. I made a terrible mistake. I deserved it. Sometimes I think I should have resigned.
So why are you still working here?
Because I'm a damn fine copper. I just don't want to have someone innocent hung again by mistake because of me.
The death penalty is not an efficient deterrent. I sometimes think it pushes criminals to more violence, since they know they have nothing to lose.
I agree. I'm convinced all civilized nations should abolish the death penalty. Maybe after the war, once that bloodshed is over, the survivors will change that.
OK， 话说这游戏的背景其实是一战干过没很久了。这个时代讨论这种东西不再是太常见了。虽然这个游戏里面的背景很多那种味道，现在当然画的这样。
Why do you think there shouldn't be a death penalty?
I believe no one should decide to take a man's life. Not a nation or a government.
Are you a pacifist, Inspector?
No, sir. But I believe in divine justice. Only God has the right to decide who will live and who must die.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Doctor.
It's locked.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
Sir, I'm going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even a minute?
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter. I can't feel my legs. And the cold. So cold.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London. I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
By doing so, you will also create 2 separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last! All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Listen to me, Aloysius Dawson. You will forget your fear of dying, for it has poisoned your mind and made you bitter and ruthless since the death of your twin brother.
You don't understand. Death is oblivion, the eternal void. I know there's nothing there. I saw it in Robert's empty eyes. I saw myself in that coffin.
Death is painful for those who remain, not for those who have passed. All that occult gibberish you filled your head with has made you forget this simple truth.
No! Death will not claim me. I have the power and the money. I've acquired the arcane knowledge needed. I believe there is magic, there are dark forces. You will provide me my extension.
Your ignorance makes you a fool. You have no idea. Look at me. Hunted like a beast, my family lost, cursed. I have not escaped death, I have become it.
No, there must be a way. I don't want to go like my brother did. I have money, lots of money.
Money won't ease your mind. I know you used to be a good and generous man. So I offer you the gift of peace, Aloysius. The tranquility of a true death.
I accept your offer. And I understand. No more fear, I will die a man of dignity. And a man at peace.
It's locked, all right.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn, as expected?
I'm afraid Mr. Dawson finally chose to embrace life and death as a mortal.
What do you mean?
He has overcome his fear of dying. I let him rest and wait for death to come.
What? This is unacceptable. Go back there and make him the powerful Ekon he's destined to be.
No, Lord Redgrave. As a doctor and as an immortal, I can't. If you wish to make him your progeny, then proceed on your own.
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and simple. I should kill you on the spot. You swore on William Marshall's blood.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor. And take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget. What are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Wait, slow down. I need to ask you something.
I'm listening, but I do not have time to waste, so be quick.
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though. Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
How did Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate, and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
What do you think of her?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness, and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
Why did she come to you?
I am old Bridget, the buried memory of the city. She sought the silent truths, truths I have kept hidden for so long.
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well. And he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the sewer skulls, and of so many other forgotten children.
No time to lose, then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
这个好像太快了，可是有种广告的感觉。重一点的话，在下面这个选项一讲。
Tell her I worry about her.
Do not, for she has had strength and wisdom for so much longer than you. Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
You Londoners are no match for me! Don't you know better?
Remember your vows, friends! Stay back, beast!
Look like
Spirit shall prevail! Filthy murdering fuck!
Equality between men and women.
See their fancy clothes? This one's send you back in a fucking grave!
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
白教堂。哦，啊，不知道梅森的眼睛。说不定他死。
Elizabeth, I'm so happy to see you. I was so concerned.
It is also good to see you in these darkened hours. Is all well, my dear?
Indeed, we stand upon the precipice. Has the news reached you of Edgar Swansea?
No. I returned home but moments ago. What of him?
Your friend, the well-informed old Bridget, tells me the Guard of Prewen has assaulted Pembroke. I fear Edgar tops their bloody list.
Bridget? She is such a tragic figure. And yet, I sense deep inside, she has a delicate, fragile soul.
Indeed, she has. I'm glad you like her too.
Once this is all over, I will study the sewer skulls. I fear I have made terrible mistakes, founded upon erroneous preconceptions.
I was concerned for your safety. McCullum draws too close to you for my comfort.
Fear not. I've evaded the hunters for many a year, and I intend to stay far from their gases, flames, and spikes. Now, speak to me of Dawson.
I convinced Aloysius to embrace death as the ultimate gift of mortal life. I believe he found peace in the end.
The cost must have been heavy indeed. I am proud of you, my love.
Ascalon has defrocked me and threatens to hound me from the city. This was, no doubt, inevitable.
You did what you thought was right at the time. One can ask no more. The important task now at hand is to help poor Edgar.
Now I am assured of your safety. That is precisely my intention.
Good. Now go, my dear, and return with good news with the greatest haste.
It is I.
I'm all right, John.
What is this? Are the vampire hunters here already?
Stop, vampire! Have faith, brothers! Away with you! Watch yourselves! What's over there? Perfect guy, You're mine!
believe I'm doing this.
Hey!
Are you all right? I heard the hospital has been attacked.
For a second I thought the bosses were here for me. They had guns and everything. Maybe they're a new gang trying to expand.
I'll leave you for...
We're still alive and healthy. Can't you be satisfied with that?
We have no reason to be here. I have not survived being buried in a mass grave for these trivialities.
We are not in the middle of a battlefield anymore.
Hello again.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye. Good evening.
Evening.
Good...
Is this supposed to be an hospital? A pigsty?
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed.
Are you okay? I heard the hospital was attacked.
Yes. Can you believe it? Attacking a hospital of all places. Mindless savages.
Is anyone hurt?
No, but Dr. Swansea is missing. I believe they wanted money or drugs. Maybe these brutes will ask for a ransom.
Goodbye. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Are you all right? I heard the hospital has been attacked.
I'm okay. I don't think anyone's hurt, but we haven't heard from Dr. Swansea.
Do you think he's been taken then?
Yes. There's been shouts in his office, and then these brutes left the hospital without a word.
Goodbye. Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
Are you all right? I heard the hospital was attacked.
For months I said this day would come. We should have armed ourselves. Riots are rising. The end is near.
I'd like to...
Wise choice.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Are you all right? I heard the hospital was attacked.
Poor Dr. Swansea. He was the only one to stand up to those brutes. And now they've dealt with him.
Where is Dr. Swansea?
I don't know. I hid behind a tent. I saw nothing.
Goodbye. Good evening.
Evening.
Are you all right?
Yeah. I heard them. At least 10 men and women. None of them sounded too happy, you know. When fear turns to anger. Reminded me of being back in the trenches.
What did they do?
They went upstairs and arrested Dr. Swansea. They argued for a few seconds and then... there was just this awful silence.
Goodbye.
But the suffering continues.
Good evening.
I need blood, Doc.
Are you all right?
They were vampire hunters, and they were looking for me.
Bless poor Dr. Swansea. They beat him, but he didn't say a word about me.
They hurt him, you say?
Yes, I hide in the shadows, but I've heard them.
What did they want?
They wanted Dr. Swansea to confess his guilt and admit to relations with blood drinkers.
I'll
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Good evening. And good evening. Are you all...
As far as I know, nobody's been hurt. But who were those men? Why attack Dr. Swansea?
What happened to him?
We don't know. They came in, they went out. In between those two events, Dr. Swansea went missing. Maybe he just went into hiding nearby.
Good.
I'm quite busy.
Are you all right?
For now, we have to keep on looking after our patients. But we won't be able to do so for long without an administrator.
Has Dr. Swansea really gone?
Yes, this place is turning into a joke. A sad joke indeed.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Are you all right?
Unfortunately, violence can be a necessary evil, sir. I volunteered, joined the army to serve the Empire, sir. But attacking a hospital... shame.
What do you mean?
A hospital should be a safe place, sir. Like a temple. A temple of science.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidam.
This hospital seems to be falling apart.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Are you all right? I heard the hospital has been attacked.
I was sleeping when it happened, so don't know much. I heard Dr. Swansea disappeared after the attack. That's all I know.
Goodbye for now.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. No one has been hurt, as far as I know.
I have...
Good evening, sir.
Reads me like a book. I'll never forgive you from her.
Good evening, Doctor.
Are you all right?
I heard they were police in disguise who came to arrest Dr. Swansea. This place is a dump.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswell.
Calm the children, Ellen. As for you, you're an idiot.
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar? Looks like he's wounded. I better follow the blood. McCullum and his thugs are taking the credit for Edgar's abduction. They really mean business.
确实是这样的事。
I'll take it.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reed? Please come in. What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour? What can I do for you, Doctor? How is... I hear them...
So did you decide not to take the experimental cure for blindness?
Oh no, I have. For a few hours.
But you are still... What do you mean? I don't understand.
I saw the world again, Dr. Reed. For a few hours I witnessed how ugly and sad and tragic this city is.
I'm sorry the effect didn't last.
You don't get it, do you? I crafted a new formula that made me blind again. The world is a cesspool, Dr. Reed, and I don't want to look at it.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
I'll kill you! Don't you know better?
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know that Christina is hoping to pay for her brother to travel to England in the near future?
I see. No, she didn't tell me that. But that explains many things.
Do you believe she will ever see her brother again?
As long as the war rages in Europe, I'm afraid her chances of seeing her brother again are slim to none.
How
I always thought it was my...
And you're not...
Emptied coffins. Cannibalism.
Goodbye.
I'll be gentle. Pay me a bottle and I'll be nasty.
Good evening.
Shane,
How are the
when I think about all the...
Good evening.
How is the...
When people buy guns...
Goodbye, Miss... is despicable. It's locked. I cannot enter. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
哎，感觉像是这样。
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for what.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it, just like you are.
You're the progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true.
You piece of shit.
Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. I know! It hurts, doesn't it?
Freewood prevails!
If you're so innocent, why does simple life burn you so much?
What pinned you down?
Your poisonous bite is useless on me. Come on, Reed. Try something. Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt. Show some style. Fight like a man. blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. Freewood prevails! But if you're so innocent, why does... Your poisonous bite is useless on me. I know! It hurts, doesn't it? If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much? True light will cleanse you.
Shit. 有一些东西大概真的太好听。我把木锥换掉，之前我自己调整升级的时候。图连木锥，耗的体力比较多，不过是一发可以打的比较多，然后下了的木锥，虽然一发比较少，不过内力消耗比较多。这样会有点难。
Come on, Reed. Try something else. I know! It hurts, doesn't it?
Shit.
Show some style. Fight like a man.
Freewood prevails!
Come on, Reed. Try something else. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. Show some style. Fight like a...
Freewind prevails!
If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much?
What pin you down?
Your poisonous bite is useless on me. Close your eyes! Come on, Reed. Try something else. Show some style. Fight like a man. I know! It hurts, doesn't it?
What pin you down?
If you're so innocent, simple light burn you so much. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect you. Come on, Reed. True light will cleanse you. Close your eyes. I know! It hurts, doesn't it?
Hurts you, but...
you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much?
Shit.
We are the guardian of justice. Priwen shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I'm not saying we could be friends, you and I. But perhaps we could collaborate to put an end to this epidemic.
Never! We are Priwen. We do not negotiate. We do not compromise.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now. For there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
这看起来真有趣。一个好笑的地方是我记得普里根警卫队的文件里面说的，被咬过你就不干净了，不能上天。
I'll make you a vampire. I'll make you one of us.
No! Kill me!
Prepare yourself, Hunter. You're about to be hunted, just like me.
No! No!
When I kissed my poor mother goodbye, I had no idea what I was doing. But now I do. Consider this my kiss of Judas. Welcome to the world through the looking glass.
24小时的死亡率现在毫无用就并且是在生就造成死亡率最安全。Solomon L. Answer， 耶！然后其他人没有生病，所以整体的这个就看在就是色呢，所以只有全部人都活着，是不是？这是什么意思？因为道森先生的贡献，所以市面得到了大量的医疗帮助。鬼扯，才没让那么多人生病。不知道如果这个时候再进阿斯卡，大概。